Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey guys, how's it going? Jason Marshall here. Thanks for downloading the show. What you're about to hear is a phone call between me and Kenny Bolin. What happened was we recorded a show the day before this phone call happened, and I get a Skype call from him. I'm thinking he's probably doing a show, and he's just calling to bring me in on something. It's going to be a real quick thing. So before I answer the Skype call, I hit record on my recorder, because one of the things we talked about on the upcoming episode is a lot of stuff to do with a friend of his named Jim Cornette. I thought Kenny was just bringing me on so Jim could yell at me for a minute. We'd have a little fun. I'd play it on the show. It'd take maybe 3 minutes, and that was it. I answer the call, and it was him and his daughter-in-law, Mayara. I couldn't hear anything they were saying, so I hung up, and in the background, you'll probably hear my TV and my fan and all kinds of stuff, because I really wasn't prepared for this to be an actual show. They call back. He just wanted to talk and test out some mics and stuff like that. So it turns out to be just a regular phone call. I forgot I was even recording. Somewhere along the line, he said, "Man, I wish we were recording this." When he said that, it hit me. Holy shit, I am recording this. So it turned out to just be a full-blown accidental episode. I don't know after I edit how long this is going to be, because there's probably quite a few things that have to get taken out, but we were on the phone for about 2 hours. So there should be pretty good amount of show for you guys to listen to. And don't forget, this Thursday, if you're a new listener, you're going to enjoy this too. It's an episode of what I call martial law. That's basically the people's court for this podcast. It involves a guest who's on the show once a month. It's Mama Kate versus Choo Choo Stew. He does the Totally From UK Today segment for the show, and he's one of the hosts of the Cave Crew radio show that I've been appearing on. They're going to have it out in court because Choo Choo Stew didn't follow Mama Kate back on Twitter quick enough for her liking. You guys are really going to enjoy that episode. Think you're going to enjoy this one, and the episode that I recorded the day before with Kenny is going to be out next Monday, so you're not going to miss a thing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Here it is. No, Kenny called me on Skype, so I'm calling him back.
There we go.
See.
Turn on your camera, cocksucker. Turn on your camera. Turn your camera on. We can't hear you. Turn on your camera.
Where is he?
I don't know where he's at.
It's like one of those scams where an alleged woman tries to get money out of you.
You can't see me. I can't hear him.
Yeah. Well, can you hear us? Can you? Well, I don't know how you can't. Can you hear us now? You're fucking something
I think
up.
this is a problem on his end.
Yeah. We heard him for a second. We heard you for a second. We heard you.
Hey, you fucker.
All right. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Are you kidding me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hear you perfectly.
Yes.
All right.
We hear you perfectly. Can
How's
you
it
hear
going?
us? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
How clearly?
Really good.
Because these are the brand new Glenn Ross microphones. We just got these today.
They look nice.
They're even better than the ones we had yesterday.
That's hard to believe.
We were recording you a message. To send to you, but I don't know that we got to send it, and it was real good.
No, you called right. I was about to send it. Where's your camera?
But just as he was about, where's your camera, motherfucker?
I spent all my money on this house. I don't have a camera.
Are you shitting me? You and Jimmy Cornette are the two motherfuckers that ain't got a camera. Got more goddamn land.
You ever heard of renting?
See, I rent and I got everything I need. We talked about this yesterday, Jason, that fucking owning a home is going to fuck you over. Let me shorten our screen. Well, that blew us up. What did we do wrong? Maya, you have fucked something up again.
Yeah, it's worse.
What?
The one with both hands in clear view of the camera.
Right.
One that's holding a phone.
Here we go. Maybe up here. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking to do.
Recently, I've had to explain to him that when he writes in all caps on Facebook, when he types in all caps, it seems like he's yelling at somebody.
And I've tried to tell everybody who knows me is that my vision sucks and that I can't see.
I just always assumed he was yelling.
He does seem like that kind of person that would just yell about anything.
Or any of these. And so Maya's getting ready to, well, she got her hair
Do you see why I don't wear headphones? Look at this mess.
Yeah, you fucked up another set of headphones.
That's not my fault.
I pulled enough hair out of the tub today to create 2 cats. I had 2 cow and 2 cats. Because their cat upstairs ain't got no hair, so I almost made a mercy ride upstairs to give their cat some hair. Whatever this video is, it's got almost 100 million views, which is about how many the bowling alley should have this week. I have extreme confidence that we're going to pull in some rap-style followings here.
Jason, you got any family?
Yeah, I got 2 daughters and a wife.
How old are your daughters?
One's 19, the other is somewhere between 9 and 13, I think.
Somewhere between 9 and 13?
Wait a minute. Did I hear 19?
Lock him up. The 19-year-old might be a little old for him, but that 9-year-old.
Yeah, 2 years ago, she would have been all right.
I don't know if you were just on Twitter, but the hashtag 4-word disappointments is trending right now. And we tweeted banned from Jerry Lawler's restaurant, hashtag 4-word disappointments. Somebody responded and said, at least you're not banned from Golden Corral.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I don't know how you're not, because we bashed them everywhere.
Well, I don't. My guests do. all my guests really fuck over Golden Corral real bad. So you can see us, though, right?
Yeah, you look good.
I know that.
He's a good liar.
I wasn't asking for confirmation. I know we look good. What do you think of those new microphones? They look pretty good?
Yeah, I like them. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to turn the light on real quick.
Turn on the lights.
Was that an attempt to sound like Kanye West?
It was a bad attempt to sound like Kanye West.
Oh, God.
I was trying to
turn up the lights.
Turn off the lights. You look ugly, baby. Turn off the lights. We all look the same in the dark. That should have been a lyric.
It's not true, though. I've taken a picture of you in the dark, and it is disturbing.
Did. Here we go. Be with me. Here's what we're going to do. Turn off the lights. We all look exactly the same. No, we all
You're
look the same.
fucking it up.
Turn off the lights. We all look the same.
I suggest you leave the lyrics to Kanye West.
Turn off the lights. We all look the same in the dark. Yeah. If 4 of us were singing that in harmony, it would sound good.
No, we'd get arrested.
Or I would have to just quadra-track and have me sing it 4 times on a quadra-track.
The computer would break. No one can take that much abuse.
That's radio talk.
Who's your favorite professional comedian? Other than Kenny?
Yeah, other than me, the professional comedian.
I would have to, of all time?
Yeah.
I would have to say Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, he was good.
Man.
Me went to see him with Lewis Black.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a couple other real good ones there that night. Dave Chappelle was there that night. Mm-hmm. It was Dave Chappelle, Lewis Black, Mitch Hedberg, and one other real famous comedian who was very good, and I forgot his name. But Mitch was, God, he was good.
I went to see him. I never heard of him before.
I saw him about a year before he died.
That was around the same time I saw him. Well, no, I think I saw him a little earlier.
You might have been here at the Louisville Palace with me and Cornette and a few others. Chris was there. Kevin Thieneman went with us. We also went and saw George Carlin there, and Gabrielle actually went to see that with us.
Well, I never heard of him. I went with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and as soon as he came out, the place just erupted.
I had seen him on Comedy Central, and he tore the house down on there.
And it took forever for me to get my food. And by the time the food came out, that guy was so funny, I couldn't eat it. I had to box everything up.
That's pretty goddamn. Now, have you ever had a big plate of food set in front of you when I'm on, and the hilarity is just so extensive that you've got to box up your food and take it to work with you?
Every time. I can't eat the cracklings or anything.
No, you can't.
The cracklings. You can't eat cracklings unless they're from the dumpster.
I did tell Cornette you want us to come on, and what do you call that segment?
Martial law.
I fucked it up.
That's good. Martial law is really good.
But y'all let him know it's martial law, and I told him it's like one fall with a 5-minute time limit, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Give or take. I'll tell him one fall with a 10-minute time limit. That's your traditional jobber match anyway.
Sounds fun. The first episode was just a punishment. I brought Mama Kate on, And
You saw me light her ass up yesterday, didn't you?
well, you had a problem with her before because she was the one that had
See that way.
It was the question from the last guest, and she said, "What are 25 things that make you happy?"
Oh my God, that's a fucking shit question to ask them. I bet I didn't answer those either, did I?
Yeah, it took forever.
Did I? Do you remember 5 things that made me happy other than hot Asian teenagers?
Well, that was the first thing I was going to say. I think that came up twice, actually.
Real quick. This will have a lot to do on whether I come to see you or not. Is your daughter a hot Asian teenager?
No, she's not.
Fuck. All right. Guess she's safe. They're going to cut her some slack. If
Is she black? Because then she's not safe. From me,
if she's black, Maya will be all over. Maya steals every black girl I hit on in a bar.
It's his running joke. Every time we go to Hooters, he likes to hit on all the girls, regardless of age.
Especially the black ones.
Especially the black ones, because they're just the prettiest there. The white girls all kind of look the same.
White girls all look like South End trash.
But they all look kind of, the same. 4 times in a row, he would walk over to them. He would start talking to them. And one girl,
now he knows you're lying because you said I'll walk
that's right.
over.
They would walk over. He'd
go
like this. Hang on, let me show you.
He just caught you in a bald-faced lie right there.
He does this thing with his middle finger and his ring finger because he's too lazy to use the rest of his hand. He goes like that. It's the most pedophile thing that he does.
I do that.
It's called foreshadowing.
Is that what that's called? That has a name? I didn't know that.
So he calls them over and they come over and he starts talking to this girl named Chelsea. He says,
Chelsea was
has
hot.
anyone ever told you that you're so? And she interrupts him and looks at me and says, oh my God, you're gorgeous.
Yeah, you're popping the microphone again to put yourself over.
And this happened probably 2 or 3 times where the girls interrupted him to give me a compliment.
Yeah, they just totally killed me off in dead, and I'm the one leaving a fucking tip. And I said, oh my God, you're so, and she looks at mine and goes, you are so gorgeous.
It's
shaking
just,
my head like,
I'm
fuck.
a hit with the black bitches.
The black women just eat her up, man. They love her. Wish I was a hit with the black bitches. I wouldn't be sitting here right now. You wouldn't be sitting beside me. Not so black bitch. You're not so.
You'd be out singing karaoke.
Oh my God.
Talk to me, baby.
Please don't do this to us.
I lost my voice. I did this
He
to
does
Brian
this
last.
several times a day.
I did this to Brian last, and he's so pissed because I sung about half a cake by the ocean to him, testing the mics. And then I said, get on Google Hangout. I want to test my new mics with you. You did that the other day, and plus you sang Cake by the Ocean. I don't need to hear that shit. So I got new microphones. Well, how many microphones you got now? I said 8. He said, goddamn.
Yeah.
So I got 4 more ordered. We're going to have 12.
I did like how you rotated the mics. That was fun.
I guess I have rotated them, haven't I?
No, you sent me a test video the other day.
Oh, when I
where
did
you
the
were
test
singing in the different mics.
Oh, I cut a promo on Lawler, and I don't have the other 2 mics on. We'll pretend they're sitting here. I said, let me explain something to you, Jerry, how this is going to go down, because now I'm feeling a little better. I'm going to come to Memphis, and I'm going to bash your fucking head in. So I did that for Dinner with the King, the host. I said, pass that on to Jerry for me, if you would. So, that was my little test recording for him, but I had all 4 mics on, and all of them are up. So right now I got 2 of the mics like I had yesterday, and I got 3 more of these ordered in red coming, so there will be 4 red ones. I think we're going to do away with the color scheme. What do you think? I might even go 2 blue, 2 red. I'm not sure yet.
I like that idea.
2 blue, 2 red, Wildcat side, Cardinal side, heel side, babyface side.
I'm the... Oh, okay. I am.
Me and Maya both wearing the Monster Intunes. We're not actually doing the Beats by Bolin. These are the Beats by Tunes. Meat by Monster. Maya loves monster meat, especially the black monster meat. She loves it.
He has this friend from Germany who travels the whole world, and
you are not my friend. Oh, you mean Oliver?
Oliver. He took a picture of a cake in a grocery store in Great Britain, and it said
by the ocean?
Dick cake. It was literally
spiced
called
dick cake.
Spiced dick cake.
Yeah.
And I replied and I said, "Do they have?"
Excuse me. Spotted spiced.
Spotted.
Dick cake.
That's right. Spotted spiced dick cake.
And if we didn't have these pop filters on right now, we'd be in deep.
And I commented on a picture and I said, "Do they have it chocolate flavored?"
And they got chocolate flavored spotted dick cake. Doesn't have to be spicy.
I am writing that down. I got somebody coming on from the UK. I'm going to ask them what's up with spotted spiced dick cake.
Well,
Yeah.
Oliver Kopp writes under his. He says, "I'll pass." I wrote under it, "Maya will take 2." 2 spotted dick cakes for Maya.
I have a big appetite.
She prefers chocolate.
Poor Chris, you know. We keep running these jokes about me liking black men, black women, and he's neither one.
Yeah, he doesn't qualify as either one. But no, I'm loving the new mics. I like the look. We're wider screen tonight than I was yesterday. I don't know how we did it, but plus we slid the ottoman down. We sat on an ottoman, and we had it kind of leaning way to the right. And I told Maya today, I said, I will not have anything in my house leaning way to the right. So I wish I'd had that line last night, because we were really struggling for anything funny.
Oh, look who's here.
Look
my
who's,
white boyfriend.
what do we got here? A couple of whites.
We're just talking about how I like black men and women.
Yeah, we're talking to Jason Marshall.
Oh, hey, Jason.
Hey, how's
Jason
it going?
He had a 19-year-old daughter. I said, "Is she Asian?" He said, "No." I said, "Keep her. I don't give a fuck." Chris wants to know if he can get an advance copy of the show, because he's dying to hear me talking about Trump and martial law, and we better get our fucking passports and fuck the guns. They ain't gonna do us any good. And fuck your goddamn 10-year supply of powdered milkshakes and beans, or whatever. But that got rather lengthy, and I was pleased with how I presented that. I thought I did a good job.
I'm taking you are not a person of faith like Kenny.
I forget. We coined a phrase. What was it? Atheish.
Atheist.
Yeah, he came up with
You know,
atheist.
that's a really good one.
Yeah, he came up with atheish is what
It's like
I am.
blackish, atheish.
That should
I
be a
love
TV
that.
show, Chris.
It
Will
really
you
should,
do
yeah.
that one with me? We're all atheists. We're trying to make Maya atheist too. and Jason Marshall was a devout Catholic, but we swerved him over.
You're still going to hell.
We said, you can either be a devout Catholic or you can be a Baptist. All right, I'll be atheist.
Hey,
I don't want to be that.
yeah, neither option's very good. No.
So you're not getting any feedback on us?
No.
I can't get all the microphones on the desk, and that's when it's really going to look cool, is that when 4 of these are active and 8 of them are just sitting there. Looking like the press conference. Everybody says it looks like a press conference now with just 4.
You need to get mic flags so you can just put NBC and CBS and all these
Oh my
different things.
God. Oh my
Brilliant.
God, that is great. How did not? Was you really going to say that, or are you just stealing Jason's shit?
Yeah, he was actually saying
Mike
it in the
Hughes.
background. He was starting to say that.
Well, we need an OVW one.
Oh, God, we don't want to be associated with
Yeah,
that.
OVW press is here.
Really random, like the SEC network.
Me TV,
Telemundo.
it'd be great.
Me TV, they want the latest. What did you think of the last episode of Lost in Space? Guy Marshall. It was Guy Marshall's last episode.
State News Network logo.
How do we do those, Jason? How can we get those printed up and get some random fucking... and every week have 4 different microphone labels on there. But the first one we do will be NBC, ABC, NBC, but we got to make it a point not to have Fox.
Oh, absolutely.
Or
no,
Fox has got one sitting way back there somewhere. Not to let those cocksuckers in the room, because they're no longer fair and balanced. I don't know that I can trust them. Most trusted, most watched is their new slogan. Have you heard that?
No.
Yeah, they've done away with fair and balanced because they said everybody was mocking it. Oh, really? Normally when you get mocked, there's a reason.
I found it interesting how they admitted that everybody mocked it, because I feel like males, especially conservative males, tend to be so fragile in their masculinity, and they always want to be so tough, right?
It's like someone hit me in the mouth. I got a blister coming up under my mouth. What
That's probably one of the dogs. You do kiss them a lot.
I do.
Probably got a choco head bug. She lays those in.
Yeah.
You
I
share
do.
every piece of food with them.
I do. Well,
This dog earlier, so
They
he got
like
some
it.
coleslaw from Raising Cane's. I don't know if you know the place. And then Choco walks in, and she is the most beggy dog. She sits right in front of you with those big eyes. She wants every piece. And Chris walks in, and Choco is thinking about the coleslaw. So he goes, "Chris, look at what Slokey stinks of the choke slaw."
I had a lot of various words running through my head.
I swear to God, the doctors don't think he had a stroke, but they're
The
lying.
doctors swear
I
I
was
never.
about to ask if he took him into having.
Well, Cornette was convinced I'd had at least 54.
Oh,
My son estimate was in the 50s, so they finally had to run a CAT scan on this valuable piece of equipment I've got between my ears. And turned out everything was fine. No reason for alarm.
No.
Everything was fine. Slokey's fine. Don't worry about Slokey.
Slokey's fine. No, it's gotten so bad. The other day we were in Main Event. It's like this place kind of like will you stop showing him your belly? Oh my God. Close your eyes. It's hard. It's hard to watch.
I didn't know the camera went down that low.
The other day we go over.
The camera goes down lower than you do.
We go over to Main Event, and it's kind of a place like what's it called? David Buster? Dave and Buster's, yeah.
Yeah, I like that place.
And they have a restaurant at the front. And so he's eating, and he's thinking about what he's going to order. And he decides to order the teriyaki salmon. So the waitress is sitting next to us, and he goes, I'll have the teriyaki salmon. What sauce comes with that? And she goes, teriyaki, duh.
Oh, no.
That sounds like, what's it called? What's that sauce you wanted? Tartar. That sounds like tartar sauce would go well to that. Well, tartar sauce. Do you guys even sell fish?
Y'all even sell fish?
She goes, you're ordering salmon, sir.
I wanted
back to back like that. I'm telling you, if that's not a stroke, I don't know.
I was just tired, you know.
I gotta know if you dipped your teriyaki salmon in tartar sauce. Was it good?
They didn't give me no tartar sauce.
Damn it.
What I said, I got no tartar. Now I got mayonnaise tonight from Maya for my French fries. They picked me up some Raising Cane's chicken. My back locked up so bad today that my son had to come in, wipe my ass, flush the commode, and help me 6 feet to my bedroom. All right, he helped me 6 feet. He helped me 6 feet to my bed. He didn't do. He was too busy. He was too concerned about Slokey having slaw to worry about me. And but I planned on going to Raising Cane's with him, but it was so bad, and I wanted to get out of here. I hadn't been out in a few days, and I was hoping. He didn't really offer a pro or negative state
I don't
about
think you can go too crazy on conspiracy theories when you have an audience like that.
No, that's when you go crazy on them, because that's when you're going to get all these
no, Chris, he's not Alex Jones. He's not going to go crazy on
by any
conspiracy
chance,
theories.
do you have the part where I really started talking to you about that? Because Chris is wanting to hear how I did it.
It sounded like you knew what he was talking about, and I can't believe it.
I think I did. I'm sure I got some shit wrong, but do you have something you can hit play on? Because I'd love for him to hear it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find something.
Wish I'd asked you that 45 minutes ago. 28 minutes and 52 seconds ago. My bad. Well, I've been trying to call you for 45 minutes if you can get your shit together. To the bathroom. I can't believe I made it this long. You and Cornette with no camera. What a crocodile. I bet you got a camera. You're just not a handsome man. I bet that's what.
Well, that's part of it.
Is your podcast called We Don't Have Cookies?
Yes, it is.
You figure that out, Inspector Clouseau.
Why is it called We Don't Have Cookies?
The hardest part was for me to come up with a name. So
Yeah.
I will back you up on that.
I just kept procrastinating the podcast because I didn't have the right name, and one day I just said, fuck it. And I sat down, and I wrote any name that came out of my head. And then I went and checked to see if the URL was available, and crossed out all those.
Shockingly, it was.
That's not bad, but I'm going to warn you. When I come over, you will have cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Either that or I'm eating one of your dogs. Do you have dogs? Is that Rooster who has a ton of dogs? Well, then you need a dog, too.
I just got a cat, so if you like Chinese food.
That's brutal. I do love cats. Has Kenny told you about, I'm sure he told you about Mozart, the dog?
Yeah, I saw a picture of that.
Did he tell you the story before that with the cat?
No, I don't think so.
I don't even like talking about that.
You claimed her on your Facebook, though, said that you saved her. So what actually happened, which was a lot more exciting to us,
Maya. That's
the
called lying.
the day Chris came home with a pit bull, the Mozart the pit bull.
The Mozart?
The Mozart.
It wasn't its own breed.
He came home at about 11 at night with Mozart, and the reason why Chris was kind of scared of coming home was because earlier that day, he had already brought home a stray.
Earlier that day.
He found a cat wandering on our porch at the front, and he opened the door just to kind of play with the cat, threw her some snacks, and the cat couldn't find him. Turned out that the cat was blind. Oh. But she found the door, and she just walked right in on our apartment.
If this were a filmed 30-minute comedy, the caption would have said, earlier that day.
So the cat walks in our apartment, and she's super friendly. He picks her up, and I don't know any about this because I'm in the shower, and suddenly the door opens, the curtain goes back, and there's a cat in the water. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why'd you bring me a cat? And this cat is itty bitty, super tiny, and it's like 90% fur because all the fur was matted up around her to the point where she could barely move, and she was mummified. Wow. Which is why Chris named her after a mummy.
I wish that cat was mummified.
But I did not know what kind of shape that cat was in. So we kept her away from the other cats and the other dogs and all that stuff. But it was a mess because our apartment is very big, but it's very open. Like we don't have a door to our kitchen or living room. So we had to put her in the bathroom to where she would be away from the other cat. And we had to juggle our other cat, Tucow, Choco, and the mummified cat. We had to juggle it around, and then later at night he comes home with another dog. And Mozart, even though he was incredibly social and just
it looked more like a deformed alligator.
Yeah, it's just absolutely fucking giant. We joked about how if he were aggressive to the other dogs, how we would get him a muzzle because his head was so big. And I told him we would have to get a watermelon with a leather strap.
If he got aggressive, there wouldn't have been any other dogs.
That's true. He was very, very big. Luckily, he was not aggressive at all. Very, very social.
Choco
but we didn't
put him
know.
on his back, shockingly. We couldn't believe that.
Tucow put him on his back as well.
Tucow put him on his back.
Absolute docile dog. But, when you meet a new dog, you want to be careful.
Yeah.
Homeless guy earlier that day put Maya on her back.
That was voluntary, all right? Okay,
yeah.
so the story goes on, though.
It's
This homeless guy, he did not put me on my back. He was white. And he wanted to give Chris a dog. I'm sure you've heard the story. Chris went to McDonald's. This guy starts breaking down. He's like, hey, take my dog. I can't take care of the dog. Crying his ass out. His baby mama was giving birth to a baby.
He had hitchhiked from northern Indiana.
He had hitchhiked from northern Indiana down here. And he was going to go downtown to one of the worst parts of town, really, in the middle of the night.
No,
that was the other guy. Just to U of L hospital.
Yeah.
It's a bad part of town. He was going to go there and leash the dog up in front of the hospital in the middle of the night. And at first he was going to do that, and then turns out his baby mama said that she wanted him to get rid of the dog not because he was aggressive or anything.
Do white people say baby mama?
Yes, they do. Low class white people.
Low class. All right.
Yes.
Well, welcome to low class.
So his baby mama, she wasn't worried about the dog. The dog had been raised with the homeless guys. No, he had another daughter. And the dog, Mozart, had been raised with the other daughter. The baby mama wanted to get a brand new dog to be raised with her daughter because she was jealous. So, yeah, this is white trash for you. Yeah. And that's why they wanted to get rid of Mozart. He hands us the dog. Chris comes home. We walked him for like an hour. And I'm thinking about what we're going to do with this dog. Just kind of worried about how he does with cats or the dogs. And we happened to walk past a McDonald's again. And I saw the guy. So I said, hey, I'm going to go talk to him. And I walk up to the guy. And I was up there for 25 minutes talking to him. And I gave him an out. I said, hey, do you want the dog back? Did you change your mind?
Give him a chance a few hours later.
I said, it was probably one or Christopher.
Morons.
It was probably
Surrounded
1 or 2 hours
morons.
later. And I gave him an out.
Idiots.
I said, did your situation change? Did you talk to your baby mama? If anything has changed, are you sure you don't want Mozart back? And he looks at Mozart, and he didn't even go to cuddle him, pet him, nothing.
No final
He
goodbyes.
just straight up said, no, you take him. Offered me his papers, like his vaccinations and that stuff.
Said his PayPal.
I would have loved to have that. No.
I doubt you would have. He was homeless.
And, well, he swears to God he had all this money anyway.
What'd he say, didn't he?
Yeah, and he even had dog food for Mozart. He's like, here, take the dog food, da-da-da. And so I took the dog home, and I was like, okay, we'll find him.
And he also claims the dog cost $1,700 and that he has papers on the dog.
Yeah. Swears to God. And I didn't take the papers. I have no interest in breeding a dog. I have no interest in selling a dog. I think that's just absolutely wrong, especially when it comes to pits. So many of them. And so I said, no, I'm fine with the papers. I'll just pay for a vet bill, da-da-da. I wasn't worried about it. And so a week passes. We got this wonderful dog, a wonderful family, very happy in his new home. And the homeless guy writes Chris on Instagram and says, hey, I'd like my dog back. What? He said, nah, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What, it's been 8 days later? Something like that?
Something like 8.
Christ.
Yeah, he said, man, I can't do that.
Yeah, he was nice to him about it at first.
The dog has a new family. He has a new he has a new home. On top of that, the dog's name was initially Killa, and despite the name being absolutely ridiculous, the dog did not listen to it. So it wasn't even a choice
the dog
to
had
say
more
no.
sense.
The dog had more sense.
He started answering to his new name in 5 4 hours?
It was something like that.
4 or 5 hours, the dog was answering to Mozart.
And
he would turn his head when he heard Mozart.
And we were walking Mozart, and I was calling him Killer, 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 but he knew that he wasn't going to live his whole life on welfare, so he wasn't going to listen to that name.
I wanted to name him Kisser because it sounded a lot like Killer, but much friendlier and much easier to give away.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, it's Kisser.
Yeah, Kisser would have been cute, but Chris just came up with Mozart, and it just really...
Whoa, how did you run into a friendly black girl at Wix, and why am I just now hearing about it?
We were walking past Wix at about 2 a.m. in the morning, and she shot up. She's like, "Oh my God, that dog is gorgeous. Does he bite?" I said, "No, he's wonderful." She starts playing with him, and he's just absolutely lovely with her.
Are you a rabbit?
Thank God that dog don't bite.
We didn't have that information yet about rabbit hatred.
But yeah, this dog instantly listened to Mozart. So even if we had to give the dog back, if I had the dog, number one, I wouldn't give him back because his name is not Killer anymore. Number two, I wouldn't give him back because this guy is unstable. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have an income. He doesn't have a family. He didn't have anything. And so this dog might be with him for a few days, and then he'd give him up to another person.
He might give him up again.
And the next person might not be as good as us.
At least we know we're going to get him a good.
So we told him, man, I can't do that. And he said... That's my dog. I got papers on him. I want to be civil, but you guys are not giving me a choice. So Chris went ahead and blocked him.
Gonna sue you?
Jesus.
Well, he didn't say anything yet. He just said, I'm going to have to.
Oh, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, Chris just blocked him. And so yesterday or the day before, I got a message on Instagram, which I didn't even follow this guy. I guess he found me. And
your reputation gets around.
Like I said, he's not black. I don't know how you knew. He wrote me and he said that he was going to sue us for theft over $1,000. He has the paper on Killa and he's going to take us to court. And here's the thing. This guy, number one, doesn't know our full names, doesn't have our address. If he has any papers on this dog, it's probably going to be vet bills. And there's really no legal grounds for that. I have vet bills on his dogs. Number three, we have the camera footage from McDonald's where we offered him the dog. He handed us the leash, so it's no theft. We also have a screenshot from his Instagram account
is she coming through at a good level, or does she need to back off the mic? Is she all right?
I'm all right. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, she sounds all right.
And number three, I took a screenshot of his Instagram, which is full of emojis, and it straight up says, cannabis connoisseur. And tons of pictures of him smoking weed. And then underneath it says, one of the realest. Like...
He sounds like somebody'd have a dog named Killa.
Right. He had just a fucked up situation, and this dog had no business being with him. Like, he loved his dog, you could tell, but that dog, it didn't even have a home. You know, I mean, it was awful, that poor dog. And he was just absolutely lovely. He needed a good family to take care of him. But
yeah, he's what we always say that when relatives die that we don't want to deal with anymore. He's in a better place. Got a question for you. Can you play that clip or not? You never did answer me.
Yeah,
you were interrupted.
Yeah. I can't play it right now, but I can get it to you in 20 minutes or less, I'd say.
I don't recall asking for it in 20 minutes. I asked you if you could play it now.
No.
Tired of being knocked out on everybody's radio shows. We're not doing a show, are we?
You are a cannabis connoisseur.
What do you guys?
Come up here, Brooke. You want to see a cannabis connoisseur? I got someone for you. Look at those eyes. Oh my God, you look awful.
I feel awful.
You look like you would name her Killa.
I thought he looked awful. Awful.
Her
David
coleslaw. Slow.
You know what?
He has the sound bar, and I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it.
No.
He got it underneath his TV. He got these brackets online, and they came without screws.
Yeah.
And so we went to get some screws. We were going to screw it into the fireplace. Turns out the fireplace is actually fake. It's not wood, so it didn't go in. And so he was going to get somebody to drill holes in there, and instead of just waiting, he took Godzilla tape. Is that the one?
Gorilla tape.
Gorilla tape. he took Godzilla tape. He taped it to the fireplace and he put the soundbar on it.
So Chris says it's going to fall. I don't think it's going to. But it
already fell once.
But I didn't think. Well, I didn't have as much tape on it last night. I've reinforced some tape. It's easily placed some high and
low.
The
tape is better though than his old place. His old place was covered in staples. Everything he ever had to hang, he would staple.
Everything gets stapled.
Everything. He had a
Those
canopy
curtains behind
outside.
me right now, stapled.
He had a canopy outside because he had a tiny little porch.
Totally
He got this canopy and he stapled it to his roof. This is a shoot. To the point where he was almost
25
evicted
staples.
over it.
Almost, but they didn't get me. But the thing is that I had it looking pretty good. I stapled it inside the fence, which technically made it stapled inside my property, so I wouldn't affect anybody else. And it was draped over a giant umbrella, so I claimed it was an extension of the umbrella that was already there.
But those
So
umbrellas were so shitty.
I got by with it for 4 years.
His umbrellas were so shitty that every couple of months he would have to buy a new one. And one time he bought,
Well, not that last one.
not that last one, but
No, no.
before that he bought one umbrella in like 2-3 months, something like that. One time Jimmy comes over and there's a new umbrella and it is giant. It is bigger than the porch and it's bright
I
red.
replaced a 6.5 by 8 foot umbrella with a 13-foot giant red umbrella.
It's giant, and Jimmy comes over and he
my patio
says,
is only 10 feet.
and Jimmy comes over and he says, what do you say? Now when people fly over, they think you're sponsored by Target.
Yeah, when people fly over my house, they think I'm sponsored by Target. And I had people say that when flying into Louisville, they could see my umbrella when they were flying over people's house. They said, you are the only one in the goddamn city of Louisville that has a giant red umbrella on your patio.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
13 fucking feet. And my patio is only 10 square feet, so I hung over 1.5 feet on each side. I was actually on the other person's
That place
property.
sucked. Jason, you ever been to Louisville?
No.
He says he's going to come down.
Yeah, you need to see it. House is really nice. You're very lucky
Well,
you never
we
got to see the old place.
We honestly have not been in his trailer yet. We don't know how nice it is.
No, I'm saying this house is very nice.
This house is nice. Yeah, compared
he
to
lives
the
in
other.
a trailer. We don't want to see
Compared to
that.
the other. Well, I've sent Jason some nice pictures of the place, and if we could just move my $1.3 million home onto his 45 acres of land, we got something going there. This 1890s home here.
We're going to have to work out a deal.
Deal is you can come and see me and buy us dinner. Now, how's that for a deal?
I have a feeling the deal is going to be you can have the house for the exchange of your 19-year-old daughter.
You're eating.
Well, that might feel old.
You're eating 1/4 of the nutty bars that y'all got for $1.
Would you prefer I eat the whole thing?
Nope.
No, there you go. Being considerate here.
Rather you didn't.
I
The
just,
other 10, and these two fucking tightwads bring me back $2 for the. And she said, "Oh, you're going to be so happy." I said, "What? You brought me the $750 you owe me?" No, better than that. I said, "Well, I doubt that." She hands me $2 worth of fucking candy. Oh yeah, this did it.
You ungrateful fuck.
You goddamn right. You owe me $748 worth of candy.
I don't owe you any money.
Well, Chris does.
I just bought 2 boxes of those today.
Show him the box. Show him what we got.
It's this crap. It kind of tastes like
Crap.
shit.
Yeah, you're sucking it
Yep.
down like it's.
That's exactly what I bought.
Is that exactly what you got?
Nutty buddies.
No, we got brownies in the other cabinet, and apparently she forgot because they're not all gone yet. Let's check my drink. Good God. And I used to be able to make.
Jason, let me ask you a question.
All right.
You know fairy tales, right?
Yeah.
You have $2. You should be pretty up to date on fairy tales. Do you know the fairy tale of that little girl that breaks into a bear's house?
No.
Little
called?
Red Robin Hood.
No, that's not her. That's the one.
Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
The 3
That's
bears.
right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
3 bears.
Goldilocks.
Yeah. And,
My porridge is cold.
nosy ass girl and the 3 bears. And she breaks into a house, and correct me if this is wrong, because we've had an argument about this. She eats their grits, she lays in their bed, and she drinks their wine, right?
She eats their oatmeal.
Okay, oatmeal, fine.
Drink their fucking wine.
Pretty
They were
sure.
not alcoholic fucking bears. Maybe
The
in
little
Germany.
girl drank the wine.
No, in Germany.
I'm pretty sure the little girl drank the wine. What
No,
else would you do?
Well, for a children's story, she wasn't drinking fucking wine. Now, you Germans probably told it that way. Somebody's been fucking in my bed. Somebody's been masturbating in my bathtub. Somebody drank all my wine. That's how the story goes in Germany. Somebody's been snorting my coke. Somebody's bet their lips on my bong. Yeah. That's how Little Red Riding Blow was her name over there.
Oh, you're killing
Well,
me here.
if Maya's my audience, I can do stand-up now. If I just sit at the table and tell Little Red Riding
This is
Hood
not
story.
even close to the funniest thing you've ever said to me.
Get out. Get out. Oh, when Maya first got here, and it's the first time her and I had ever gone shopping at Kroger that I can recall. And she said, "Now, do we need to get some food for the animals? I noticed she's running low." I said, "Yeah." I said, "The dog's like this and that." And by the way, Sylvester likes kitten caboodle, and she loses her fucking mind. She thinks I'm making up cat foods now.
And he's in his handicap
I'm
cart,
in my handicap
just
cart.
riding around, and I'm in the other aisle, so you keep screaming,
Maya,
"Get some kitten caboodle!
Maya, you got,
Kitten caboodle!"
Maya, have you got the kitten caboodle? And she's just losing her fucking mind in Kroger in hysterics. I can't figure out what the fuck she's laughing at. And she's laughing over, I'm calling the cat food kitten. I mean, when she finds the bag and reads it, she loses her fucking mind again. Oh my God, it's really called kitten caboodle.
Oh God!
Like no German would ever come up with such an idiotic name.
See, we don't have little puns and little cute stories like that for
No,
our children.
I can assure you, there's no.
We have
when Little Red Riding Hood's a fucking crack at one.
No, we have some fairy tales and they're pretty cute, but we have this really famous book. Every kid grows up with it. It's a little book of like rhyming little stories with morals and lessons, and
Sounded like the three pairs with the three drug dealers to me. Somebody's been snorting my coke. Somebody's been sucking on my bone.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't quite have that. But we have these little stories, and they all end in the children dying, and it's pretty cute.
Somebody took all my hydrocodone. Somebody been making meth in my bathtub. Yes, the three drug dealers. I think she's confusing that with the three bears. Don't quite have that problem over here.
Killa must have told me that story.
Killa, yeah, I think Killa told you that one. Someone's drinking my wine.
Yeah.
Let me know if you've ever told that story to your daughters that way. I'm trying to hear that.
No, I haven't heard that part.
Somebody got in her liquor cabinet.
Well, I always assume, she goes in and she eats their grits or oatmeal or soup or whatever.
Or whatever.
Then she has their wine.
I'll accept changing it from oatmeal to grits to soup. I'll give you that.
I've always thought she had wine, and then she went to lay down because she was drunk.
She was drunk and passed out. Yeah, that's what happened. God forbid she just got fucking tired. She was liquored up, been fucking all day out in the forest. Goddamn, why are you not recording this? We are never going to do anything any funnier than that. Can you hit record and it just records everything we done like on a DVR?
I started 52 minutes ago.
I hope you did. I hope you did. Bolin called in for a bonus segment he didn't know he was going to do. Wanted to tell the story of the three drug dealers as they tell it in German.
Hold on just a second. I got to get my curtains out of my fan.
Well, we all have problems. Got to get my fan out of my curtains is what I got to do.
I was telling Chris about this book that we used to read when I was a kid. It's just a little book. It's a kid's book. And it's these short stories.
Hey, hold
like
on, Jason. I got to get a fan out of my curtains.
I didn't know what was going on when I first called in. I thought maybe you were doing one of your Facebook Live things. I hit record just in case so I could play whatever you called me. Yeah.
Did you really record this? Oh, my God.
And
oh, my God. This is gold.
I totally forgot I hit record.
You got to edit this down and put this into. I would beg you to.
This will be the Monday show.
And just call this the surprise show that Bolin didn't know we recorded. He called back in to be a smartass and bitch about his daughter-in-law. Hey, oh, by the way, one more thing that we're going to add to this hilarity that we have going here. Yeah, 52 minutes, folks. I found out Jason's recording this goddamn thing. Thank God, because you'll never hear anything as funny again. The three drug dealers, as they tell it over in Germany. I had a fan, not the one that's in the curtains. I had a fan named...
That's going to get edited out.
His name is... Yeah, well, they're brand new curtains. I can't even fucking around in them. What was Thaddeus's last name? Do you recall?
Wolf. Thaddeus
Wolf. She can say that part. She cannot say. She speaks 5 languages. She's born in Brazil, lived in Germany for many years, been in America for the last 3 years. Speaks 5 languages rather fluently. So I've got this fan named Thaddeus. He's brand new, and he's ordered, I believe, a book and a shirt or something, whatever he's ordered. And, he's ordered Beats by Bolin. So I told Thaddeus to call me so I could explain to him how to, because he's giving them to his 15-year-old kid tomorrow, actually, for his birthday. And I said, well, being 15, I want to make sure he knows how to handle those beats properly. I don't want him breaking them the first day he gets them, because you ain't going to get a refund if he does. So call me, and I'll tell you how to use these things. So I forgot I told him to call me. So Thaddeus calls me, and I see the name Thaddeus Wolf light up on my phone. And I'm going, who the fuck is that? So I go ahead and answer because it's a real name, and you can tell it ain't a telemarketing thing. Probably. Why is the red button over my face and not yours?
I was trying to hide it.
God, you're trying to hide my face is what you're doing.
I felt nauseous enough for
You
tonight.
could hide yours, do everybody a favor. So, and he. How did you make that small?
I clicked on
All right,
it.
I'm gonna get back to this story. So Thaddeus Wolf had called me. I didn't
Pass
know.
me a drink.
I forgot who he was or what the fuck.
We're
he
family.
wanted.
We share.
Yeah, we share, especially our women. And so Thaddeus called, and I said, "Hello." He said, "Yeah, Mr. Bolin." I said, "This is he." And he says, "This is Thaddeus." I said, "Well, that's just fantastic. What the fuck can I do for you? Why the fuck are you calling me?" "Well, you told me to call you." I said, "I think that might be a lie." I said, "I never told you to call me. Who are you?" "Kenny, you told me to call you, Mr. Bolin." He corrects himself. And I said, "For what?" He says, "I ordered those headphones from you, and you were going to tell me how to use them. They came in today." "Oh, my bad." So I apologize for not knowing who the fuck he was. And then I go through and explain to him how to use the headphones. So Maya wants to know if so-and-so got their package. And I said, "Who?" And she says the name again. I said, "Who?" So say the name that you were asking me if they got their package today or not.
Tadeus.
Did you hear that? Say it one more time.
Tadeus.
Yeah, it sounds a hell of a lot like Thaddeus, don't it? So I'm sitting here, and Thaddeus has called me today, so I know that his ID's on my caller ID. So I said, "Maya, hand me that phone." And I think she already knows what I'm doing because she knows he's called here for assistance on how to do the headphones. And then she sees me scrolling through, and it lights up Thaddeus Wolf. And I call him. Well, I know he's on because he was just chatting with me on Facebook. So I know goddamn well he's close to this phone somewhere. And he answers the phone. I said, "Thaddeus Wolf." He said, "Yes." I said, "What the fuck do you want?" "What do you mean?" I said, why are you fucking bothering me this time of night?" "But Mr. Bolin, you called me." "Oh, yeah, you're right, I did." So I said, "Thaddeus," I said, "I got a problem over here, and I want you to help me solve it." I said, "My daughter-in-law, for whatever fucking reason, who speaks 5 languages, cannot say your name." He says, "Really?" I said, "Maya, say his name." So now, once again,
Tadeus.
and he says, "Excuse me?" And I said, "Say it again."
Tadeus.
I said, "Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to teach Miss 5 languages here how to say your name. So, and I want you to do this just like we did yesterday."
Okay.
I said, "Okay." Now, and I got Thaddeus hanging on for the whole thing. I said, "Here we go. Say fad,
Thad.
D,
Deed.
not deed, D,
Deed. Deed.
not deed, D, fad, D.
Deef.
No, not deef. He can hear. Fad.
D's. D.
No, not dis.
D.
Not
D.
D's.
D.
Not don't give me some of D's. Fad. D.
D.
Just the letter fucking D.
D.
Fad. There you go. Fad.
Thad. D.
Us.
Us.
All right, here we go. Run it all together. Thaddeus.
Thaddy does. I just can't.
And she is really, I swear to God, folks, she's really trying. She is not fucking this up because she so badly wants to get his name right to impress him. Well, it ain't never going to fucking happen. So we tried for 15 minutes with him on the phone to teach her how to say his name. So then she actually tries to try it again. And how did it come out, Maya?
Thad.
Fat ass. Fat ass. Well, there you go. There's another customer ran off. You'll never buy any goddamn thing. You why? Don't be grabbing me, pulling me off the show. Goddamn, you're blacking out. About goddamn time.
Seriously, when I laugh too hard, I blank out. It happens all the time.
She does. She blacks out a lot.
Oh, God.
Chogi so much. When Chogi laughs, she don't black out. She just hangs right in there.
I am so white and from Ohio. I used to work.
Well, Maya has absolutely no interest in you whatsoever. You are so safe from sexual molestation, it ain't even funny.
I used to work at a mortgage outsourcing company, and I would have to call insurance companies to get information on people's policies. Well, I would call up, and I would say, "Hi, I have a policy for Jose G. Moniz." And they would say, "Who?" And I would say, "Jose G. Moniz." And they'd say, "You mean Jimenez?" And I say, "Well, it says G. Moniz on the paper." That was 100% serious.
It says G-manese on the goddamn face.
You're not the only one. Sometimes names can be so difficult. And here's the thing. There are names and there are nicknames of names that have nothing in common with the original name or very little in common.
We talked about this the other day.
You and him did?
This is, no, me and you. This is a full comedy show in itself. There
are names that have nothing to do with the original name or very little. And for a long time, for example, Chuck and Charles. I did not know that Chuck was short for Charles. Where is there a U in Charles? Where is there a K in Charles? There's not. So for a long time, I didn't know that was a nickname. And there are other nicknames where we're talking about how there's a certain name like Robert, for example. And there are 4 nicknames, 4 possibilities for Robert. There's Rob, Robbie, Dick, Bob, and Bobby. Dick is for Richard.
Dick is Richard. My bad.
Yeah, well, not every Robert is a Dick.
No, the Robert I knew I called Dick.
That's fine.
Rob Dickin. Dickin was a Dick.
Rob Dickless.
Yeah. We did name him Rob Dickless.
And we're talking about, have you ever noticed how each and every nickname, the name by itself doesn't really have much personality, but every single nickname stands for something different. You will very rarely meet a white man named Charlie or a black man named Chuck. Chuck is generally more for rednecks.
Chuck Persons played for Auburn, and along with Charles Barkley, who was called Chuck. And those are really the only 2 I can think of.
Generally, when you hear
Chuck Muncie. Chuck Muncie was a running back for the Rams, so I can think of 3.
Yeah, I don't know one of them. But if you go on Facebook and you get a friend request with somebody named Chuck, most of the time it will be a white, generally conservative male. It can be a liberal male, but generally white.
Jason, we're 1 hour 6 minutes into the show. We didn't know we were going to do. We need to take a commercial break because the dogs are going to piss all over the floor if we don't let them out. Give us just a few minutes, and then we'll wrap up this unexpected show. Sounds good. So glad you're recording this because I can't imagine that we could be this funny just trying. That would work.
I just thought we were going to do a Facebook Live thing, and I'd be on for maybe 3 minutes, and once I couldn't hear you guys, it threw me, and I forgot I even hit record till just a few minutes ago.
Well, I'm so glad you did because that was funny shit. And you're always fun. Me and Jimmy have 1,000 times wished somebody was recording what he called today. And I got him laughing so hard over him wanting me to work for Spec. He wanted me to work for Spec. And I didn't know what Spec meant.
Yeah, I haven't heard
and he says, what the contractors do? He said, you work for Spec and you get paid when it sells. I said, what do you want me to do? And he says, well, I've come across a 32-disc issue of a certain DVD. And I can't really advertise them because I don't really own them, but I've got 32 of these that a fan gave me. And it's a 32-disc set, and I want to sell them. I said, yeah, and what do you want me to do? He says, well, I want you to mass produce them. But I just want you to mass produce 10 of each. He said, that'll be a total of 320. And I charge him $2 per DVD, so that'd be $640. He said, but here's the thing. I need you to work for Spec. I said, once again, explain to me what Spec is. And he says, well, Spec is when, Kenny, I've been trying to tell you, Spec is when you do the work and you get paid when it sells. I said, well, I tell you what, there's not much respect in Spec. I don't think I like that deal. I said, so I tell you what I'll do. If you put a little respect on the Spec, because there was that rapper that kept making respect a big deal. Put some respect on it, he said. I said, if you'll put a little respect on Spec, what I'll do is I'll do them for half price. So instead of $640, you will pay me $370. Is that what that would be? No, it's $740. $320, right? Yeah, $320. So you pay me $320, I will do the work, and then when they sell, you can pay me the other half. I said, that is the only amount of respect that I'm going to work for. So put that Spec in your pipe and smoke it. So he elects to smoke on that Spec for just a few minutes, and he says, well, I think we're probably going to have to come to a deal because I need these done. You apparently want your money. I said, I want half my money. And I said, and then when they sell, you pay me the other half. So I believe that's the deal we've come to. It's a 32-disc set of something that he can't really advertise. So there you go. And I don't know if I think Maya just took 2 cow out. Choco, who never begs to go out, she just goes whenever you let her. She was at the door doing monkey flips trying to get out of here. The one that's been on camera all night.
Yeah.
This thing has been totally on video, folks. You could see the beautiful new red microphone. There we go. It's kind of in camera. But you don't have any way to show the video, do you?
No.
How can you not have a webcam? They're like $50.
We're going to have to raise some money.
Yeah, really?
You know,
You're going to have to sell the mobile home to get the camera? Is that what you got to do?
$50 is about what I made last year.
Well, that's 75 more than I made. That was 25 in the hole. Apparently Marshall inherited that land or something. He said $50 is about what he made last year. I've been getting on him for not having a camera. I told the respect deal, so we told that story while you were urinating with the animals.
Urinating with the animals. That's how I like it. Can't go without them.
Who left the biggest puddle this time? You or Two Cow?
It's always Two Cow. You can't outdo Two Cow. He will pee for like a minute and a half straight.
Oh, I've never seen a dog who can pee as long and just look you in the eye the whole time he's doing it.
Not only that, Two Cow has another special ability. We call it his superpower.
Yeah.
Two Cow, you know how every animal has like a specialty, like some have like a little spot on the head that looks like a heart. You can always distinguish them. Mm-hmm. If Two Cow got lost, we could tell if it's Two Cow because he has an extra organ. And this is a little known fact. Most people don't actually know about this. He does not have a fifth paw.
I thought he had a fifth paw.
He has another bowel organ. And this is, and we don't know how this happened, but this, we found him freezing underneath a car. I did. And we rescued him. And so we don't know the origin of this mutation, but
he doesn't like to be left alone a lot.
He doesn't like to be left alone.
Really don't like.
He has a little bit of separation anxiety, and he deals with it in a very unique way. So we a lot of times leave him alone. You kind of have to have a talk with him. You tell him, be a good boy, no poo-poo.
Maya has a talk with him. He ignores me.
Yeah, he listens to me.
He prays for Maya. He will pray for his dinner.
Yes, I have taught him many things.
This is no bullshit. He prays for his dinner.
I started doing it just for fun. I would pray for his dinner. I would make him sit, and I'd say, we thank the Lord for the food that died. Go on, the roof that we have over our heads.
Remember the prayer you went that went like 3 minutes, and he said, fuck you, I'm eating?
Well,
2.5 minutes in, he said, no,
I kind of keep them shorter. I kept them shorter because Moo Cow, may she rest in peace, she did not respect religion whatsoever. No. She was much like you heathens, and she used to just dig into his food as he was praying. Poor little innocent soul.
He was praying that his bowl was open, and the minute she would catch Two Cow in prayer, she would dart, even to her last days, would dart for his bowl.
She would. And she could never run unless it was to take Two Cow's food.
If it was to take his food, she could run. And she always knew when he was praying because Maya would go through the big format. So Moo said, all right, time to get his food.
We fold our hands and everything.
She must have one night went after that bowl 4 times. And we kept grabbing her by the collar and pulling her back. And they'd start praying again and she'd go for that bowl again. And she just had her own food.
Yeah.
But she didn't care. She wanted to.
It was the principle of it. She was more than atheish.
Yeah, it was her way of saying if you're that fucking stupid to pray for something that you're going to get anyway.
She was George Carlin's dog. That's
I didn't pray for my food and I ate. Chocodoll didn't pray for her food. She ate. You're a fucking idiot.
It's because Two Cow is an innocent, good soul. So I always pray for him, and it's gotten to the point where if I don't give him if I don't make him sit in front of his food and say the word amen, he will not touch his food.
He doesn't even think he can eat. He's got to say prayer or he won't eat.
But the one bad thing about him is that a lot of times we realized when he was a puppy, we would come home and there would be a little present for us.
No, not a little present.
It was a big present.
Big present.
And it started out the big present would just be somewhere.
It's never been a little present.
And he was itty bitty. He weighed 35 pounds when we found him.
Thereabout.
These presents were bigger than our heads. They were giant.
And at 35 pounds, he had the ability to drag a 50-pound bag of dog food from the laundry room through the kitchen into the living room, rip at the sheds, and him and Chocodoll would have a feast while we were gone.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
50-pound bag of dog food. He did it twice.
Yeah, he was very hungry. So we realized after a while that we should probably put him...
And could lift twice his weight.
We thought after a while maybe it's because he's not well potty trained. We would let him poop before we left, right? So right before we left, we let him out. He'd pee and poop, and we'd come back, and there was still poop.
Here's the pee and poop segment tonight, folks.
And after a while, we realized that it started out the poop would be somewhere in the apartment. After a while, we realized every single time, and this was seriously every single time.
You know what? This show's R-rated. We can say piss and shit here.
Well, it's a doggy. You don't say a dog shit.
Well, you don't. Well, yeah, Chris does.
So we realized then, and this is at the old apartment. The old apartment was a mess. Kenny had this huge desk, and his bedroom was very, very small. So it was difficult to climb underneath the desk to do like wires and cables.
You had room for my king-size bed and roughly a foot on one side and a foot and a half to 2 feet on the other.
It was very small. And Tucow realized, we started realizing when we got home that there wasn't just poop. It was always underneath the desk. And it wasn't just somewhere underneath the desk. It was all the way to the back.
Where he knew I couldn't get to it.
The dog knew.
He knew. And every fucking time he shit to the back of the desk.
It got
knowing
to where
that I couldn't get to it.
It got to where we came home.
He knew I could probably step in it when I sat down to do computer work, but I wouldn't be able to do shit about it.
We would come home, and the first thing we would do is we would let him out of the bedroom, and Chris would check. We would always say, go, Chris, let the dog out and check if there's poop. And we realized after a time, because we would let him out and he would poop and everything, that there's just no way that this dog can poop anymore.
Yeah.
And
he'd go out and poop, and he'd do a 3-stage shit in the yard.
And
or
You
poop.
know what you should have done? You should have put a little scooper and stapled it to your shoe.
Oh, man.
That's why you make the big bucks and you're a thinking man.
We weren't that smart.
I just react, and you actually think through this shit.
We were just smart enough to call it grudge poop, because every single time we would leave, he'd get mad. And he doesn't do it at this apartment.
We've had him right about 2 years. He won't grudge poop down here. I think maybe twice in 50 days.
He did it when he first moved in, because he thought we were leaving him.
But
he has separation
But if he
anxiety.
goes upstairs, and he really don't like to be left up there, he will grudge shit on them every fucking single time.
And that is a story of Tucow's hidden bowel organ that holds extra grudge poop.
Yeah, he saves some just in case. Like where most of us would hoard food, he hoards shit. Every time. He's never not been able to grudge shit. Oh, you're going to leave me alone? I've got something for you when you get back.
Hang on. I got to tell the story. One time, and you're not going to believe this shit. One time.
Well, if you ain't going to believe it, why are we going to tell it?
He sleeps in my bedroom when I'm upstairs, and he's a really good sleeper.
Anytime anyone opens a story with believe it or not, lean on not.
I don't think I said that. Did I say that? Play the tape.
I'm just warning everybody.
Oh, okay, well, just for future reference.
But you didn't.
Believe it or not.
We're a singing duo, too. We're going to close with Cake by the Ocean, so stay tuned for that.
He sleeps on my couch in my bedroom, and so I have him upstairs with me, and in the morning he has to pee really bad. So I took him outside in the morning, he peed, but I didn't have enough time for him to poop, because watching him pee makes me want to pee. So I let him pee. I realized I have to urinate myself.
You love pee.
I watched him pee.
You watched him pee. But
no, that sounds dirty too. I happen to.
But if you watch him pee, it primes you.
I know, yeah. I caught a glimpse of his wee as he's urinating. There's no way of saying this that doesn't sound dirty.
I know. Well, but it's like most of us, if we don't really have to pee, but we start pouring us a glass of water in the sink,
and then suddenly you realize.
So when you watch someone else pee, it makes you gotta pee.
Absolutely, yes. Every single time. On a movie, every single time. Yes.
Now, what movies are you watching you're seeing peeing? Has Donald Trump got some video out down there? That's the only pee movies I know about, and I ain't seen them.
I pled the fifth. I don't want to talk about this.
A lot of fifth fleet going on in Washington these days.
So I watch him pee. I have to pee. So I go back upstairs, and I just went to the restroom for 15 seconds. Then I come out, and he got mad because I didn't let him poop. He grudge pooped in my bed.
Oh, yeah, he did. That was recent.
Right in my bed.
Wasn't that while I was in the hospital?
Yeah, probably was.
I think that was towards the end of my hospital.
Because I had to watch him for a while, but he gets mad. I mean, so mad, like a human. Except we don't poop in our beds. We start passive-aggressive fights.
Speak for yourself. You don't know how many nurses I've pissed off in the hospital, do you? You mean I can't have a double helping of spaghetti? See you in an hour. What happened in your bed? I don't know, but you got to clean it, that's all I know. You're the fucking hired help around here, not me. Oh, by the way, do I get 2 scoops of spaghetti tomorrow?
So this is why you haven't had your surgery yet. They don't want to deal with your ass.
I'm banned from that.
It's the worst in the hospital.
I'm going to have to go to another hospital. They're not going to let me back in there. It's amazing what 68 consecutive days of shitting in a bed will do to a nurse's attitude. Well, I had
the perfect dog for you.
I had 2 demands. I don't want a fucking single can of V8 juice. I want a 6-pack, and I want 2 scoops of pasta, or not scoops, but two plates. I wanted 2 plates of pasta. And they'd only bring me 1. So
you realize you were in the hospital because you ate too much.
I was in the hospital because I guess it's because I ate too much.
There you go.
So you got me there.
Can't believe I won an argument against you.
But I pissed 200 gallons. It ain't because I ate too much. It's because apparently I've been drinking too much. I didn't shit 200 gallons of shit. I pissed 200 gallons of piss. So I think I've been drinking too much. Because if I could shit 200 gallons, I would have done it. At best,
Need to learn from Toucan.
At best, I got about 15 pounds in 60 days.
You'd have been grudge pooping over at Jimmy's.
Oh well, if I really was a grudge pooper, I'd have left 3 big piles of shit a day. But I can only do 1. After that, I had to eat what they brought me. But the first, I'd pick my spots. I wasn't going to grudge shit over 1 egg over 2. But if I'd asked for a double helping of lasagna and I got 1, it's all right. I'll see you a little later tonight. You're going to have to bring ice cream and orange juice eventually.
Would you keep laying in it in order to smear it around, make a bigger mess, or would you get out of the bed?
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice. It didn't bother you.
They had to clean me up. It's part of their job.
Part of their job?
Part of their job. I could lay in shit as long as it took for the nurse to get there. It didn't bother me any.
Look at this, America. Kenny Bolin making sure that you keep your job.
It was only on my ass. It wasn't like it was all over me. I mean,
your ass is pretty big. Your ass is the size of most giraffes.
Your mouth is pretty big. So say most men with large penises. Did you have to stretch your mouth? Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Lots of practice.
Room to spare. How big is your cock?
I'm an expert.
Inches.
I told you that.
14 inches. John Holmes was only 13. How do you know that, sir? Plead the fifth. Well, boy, this thing turned dirty when we knew the cameras were on, didn't we?
They started calling her Mozart.
We didn't think it was being recorded. It was a nice, clean family show. Hardly any cussing. Nobody was talking about piss shit. Well, maybe I think the 3...
Gotta keep up your reputation, don't you?
The 3-bear thing turned ugly, but I don't even... We didn't know he was being recorded during the 3 drug dealers.
We did not. No, this is like Trump. This is the biggest witch hunt in America, period.
Big witch hunt. I didn't shit that day. I had my son come down, who does shit 3 times a day and in large amounts.
I
had him do it, but I wouldn't lay in it.
We were on Twitter about 2 days ago, and there was this guy who literally said the N-word.
Hang on. We're an hour and 16 minutes into the show, and this is obviously Jason's interview with the great Maya.
I'm sorry. I'm telling your story, so you should thank me. At least I get to the point. So we're on Twitter.
If you follow your contour of your head, you will.
We're on Twitter, and this guy is telling Kenny that he dropped the soap in front of a well-hung N-word.
He did.
He did.
On my Twitter wall, right?
Yeah.
On Facebook.
It was a Twitter.
He did it on Twitter.
And are you familiar with Joe Cronin?
There's a lot.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to his show though.
Don't.
Well, that's funny. I was on 4 of them, so I appreciate you tuning in.
4 of them? Really? Was it that many?
I did 2 for him and then 2 bowling alleys.
That's impressive.
He's the shortest reigning host ever in the history of bowling alleys, over 11 years.
You don't have to listen to the show to know that Joe Cronin is a chicken shit. That's kind of the personality that he has. Regardless of what I think of him, he is the kind of person that he can argue a point in fear of pissing off each side. So he kind of goes back and forth.
I did notice that.
Yeah. I mean, you can just listen to his podcast and his tapes, and you will see that. You will see what I'm talking about.
I think if anyone can say anything about me, I could give less than a rat's fuck of who I piss off.
That's true.
As long as it ain't me.
As long as it's not immoral,
as long as I
you generally don't
get
care.
myself all riled up, then I'm all right.
So, Joe Cronin responds to this guy, and he's laughing about it and says, "Oh my God, don't say that. I like Kenny." And so I responded and I said, literally, Kenny first said, "I don't condone racial slurs."
She can say literally, but she cannot say Thaddeus. That blows me.
Thaddeus, I just can't.
Adios. Start speaking Spanish to the guy. Adios.
Your name is so hard. I'm literally saying goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. I don't even want to say your adios. Adios, amigos. That's not his name. His first name ain't Adios, and his last name ain't Amigos.
So, Kenny replies and he says, "I don't condone such racial slurs in my presence."
We just nicknamed Thaddeus Adios, Amigos. I think racial shit is kind of part of our thing.
Well, he bashes the guy and says, keep that to yourself, and block the guy, which he should have done.
Yeah.
And I, from my own Twitter, chimed in and I said, look, there's a reason slave owners use that term, and that reason is not respect or dignity. And I just left it at that. And then Joe Cronin went to interact with this guy, and this guy went to defend himself, called us liberal snowflakes and such.
Liberal snowflakes, we were called.
Well, what I was going to get to is that Twitter didn't do anything about this guy, and
no, they didn't.
Did nothing. And then the next day, Kenny has found out.
Said the N-word.
said the N-word.
Called us liberal snowflakes.
Which, we hear that everywhere. That's even the president says that. But even the president has the common knowledge, the common sense, not to say the N-word, which is surprising, actually.
Following few hours later, I decided I'm going to fuck with every famous person in the world. And I start writing, if they've got 3 million followers or more, I'm fucking with them. And writing them, telling them how much my daughter-in-law is a huge fan of theirs. Adele.
This starts out with some washed-up stars that I didn't really care about.
My daughter-in-law is a huge fan of yours, and it would be Adele, it would be Britney Spears, it would be Tom Cruise.
Which everyone knows. The two things I hate are pop music and action movies.
Yeah, so I can tell stars what a huge fan Maya is and how important it would be if they would come to town and visit her. So then I get to, who's the last one?
Taylor Swift.
I get to Taylor Swift.
And I genuinely do not like her music, and I'm starting to get embarrassed that my fans and friends will see this on my Twitter.
You have no fucking fans.
No, I have
you're the Joe Cronin of this desk.
Oh, that's
all right.
this one I gotta take.
So you got more fans than him. I'm sorry.
That's true.
So,
I don't ask for $2 donations.
You don't, you ask for $2 donations, just not for doing this.
I have never asked for donations. I just take it.
Well, she demands payment in advance, so it's not really a donation.
My services are worth more than $2. I can tell you that.
There's only a few people saying that.
Well, now that I know we're going to publish this, I will ask for $2 donations so I can get a webcam.
Yeah, he's trying to get a webcam. You know what? If you order $50 worth of shirts from me, which you can't do that because 2 are $60, so you'll need to order $60 worth of shirts. I will send you the Logitech high definition webcam that I no longer use. I'll send it to you free of charge, but I'm charging you for them fucking shirts. So poor man with no webcam, we got a deal or no deal?
I'll have to see if I can rustle up $55 sometime soon.
Ask his wife for an allowance.
Yeah, ask your wife. Does your wife work?
Yeah.
I want you to know that we treat Chris a whole lot worse in front of his mom, too. So.
Oh, my God. It gets brutal.
We do.
Well, I was married to the bitch, so I feel like I have the right to do anything to her I want.
That's true.
But I didn't because she's still alive. So.
Yeah, especially on Twitter. We're very hard on him. And she sees it on Twitter, too, now, because she just got a Twitter.
Oh, she tunes into the live Facebook shows, which are absolutely filthy. And,
every time she
We're actually being polite on your show.
Every time she tunes in, and I mean, we have, every single time, we've just wrapped up talking about something disgusting. Yeah. And then Chris goes, my mom just tuned in. My mom's in here.
All right.
And Kenny goes, all right, let's skip the cocks.
No more talking about cocks. No more talking about getting dick in the ass. That shit's
enough of
over.
the cunts.
No more cunt talk. No more motherfucker this, motherfucker that. Gabrielle's in the room. Y'all behave. I said, I'm just talking about your son. I'm just talking about Shaft.
Poor Chris. He goes
if I could get Shaft brought up on my phone real quick, I'd play it as our exit music. We're going to go 6 more minutes, Jason, with the unexpected bonus 90-minute show on top of the 3-hour extravaganza we did last night, which was edited down to about 4 minutes. 2 hours and 56 minutes of it was audio test.
Well, this is a good teaser for what would have been the Monday show, which will be, I guess, next Monday's show now.
Oh, really? We're going to bump the next Monday show?
Well, the whole reason you called was for me to play back something we recorded yesterday.
Well, it was. I wanted to hear it. You said I'd have it in 20 minutes. Well, I've been talking to you for an hour and a half. Where is it? God damn. Can't you back up anything? Is your word worth shit? Here we go. Talking about shit again.
So I think that's
We're filthy people.
Third base.
That's a good tease for next Monday's episode.
Well, there you go. We can do that. Plus, I'm on somebody else's show that airs the 20th. It's on my Twitter wall and Facebook wall. I forgot the name of it. Podcast Ringside or I don't know, something like that. But that airs the 20th. The Bowling Alley the 21st. You're going to be a couple of shows. God damn, I'm going to be on Cornette's show probably again in a week or 2. I haven't done a Russo show this week. I guess I could do that.
I think I've been banned from Twitter again.
Have you been banned? We never did get to why you got banned the first time.
This person.
This will wrap up the show here over the next 5 minutes.
So this person says the N-word. Joe Cronin laughs about it, does nothing about it. We both blocked him.
Yeah.
And then the next day, he's talking to all these celebrities, and he goes through every single one saying, I'm such a huge fan. I'm starting to get embarrassed. Everyone can see it on my Twitter. And I take much pride in not being very white, And there he goes telling every white person on earth that I'm just the biggest fan, that I don't season my food.
Well,
those kind of
I
things.
crossed the line when I said, Miss Taylor Swift, my daughter-in-law is the biggest fan of yours. She's going through a lot of mental complications. It would really be great if you could come to Louisville and visit her.
And I see this, and I'm not worried about
You might be her cure.
And I'm seeing this, not thinking that anyone will question the mental complex thing. I didn't really care about that.
It's where you were wrong.
It's people thinking that
you
like Taylor Swift.
No, you didn't give a
and I
shit
can't
if they
have that.
thought you was mentally nuts. You didn't want anybody thinking.
No,
you liked
everyone
Taylor
knows that.
Swift.
That's fine. And there's a cure for that. There's
She's
no cure for
batshit
liking Taylor
crazy
Swift.
and likes Taylor Swift. Holy shit!
That's where you cross the line.
Poor
And
girl.
so, in order to demonstrate, you can't just say, "Oh, I don't like her," because it seems like I'm just embarrassed, but I do like her. So instead, I want to make apparent that I didn't know this clown. So instead, me being just the most racist person ever, I commented on his tweet and I said, "Who is this cracker?" And the next day, I got banned from Twitter for calling a white person cracker.
For calling Taylor Swift, not a white person, Taylor, the whitest person in the fucking world, Swift, a cracker.
That kind of person.
So you can call somebody the N-word, just don't call Taylor Swift a cracker, because you've crossed the line. And they're going to be so mad about it, they're going to ban you for 12 hours and teach you a goddamn lesson.
I just think it's funny. Anybody who you tweeted can just click on your profile and see for the last, I don't know how many hours you've been tweeting all these other celebrities that you're their favorite too.
Yeah. There's a lot of celebrities that are real pissed right now.
Yeah. One of these celebrities is going to go through this and see that Kenny's one hell of a liar.
Here's the motherfucking capper of it all. I write all these top celebrities, Tom Cruise and Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, anybody that's got more than 30 million followers, I'm writing them. But there's one celebrity I never wrote, never have wrote, never would have thought of writing him. Didn't know he was still alive, didn't know he was still performing music. And every few days I go through my followers and see if I have any verified followers. I go through my followers, I'm tabbing down, no verified followers yet. And all of a sudden, after going through about 25 or 30 names, I see a verified follower. It says MC Hammer. I'm going, no fucking way. There's no fucking way. And I look and I see the blue check mark. And I say, God damn, says it's him. Well, we'll find out. If I click it and it's got like 5,000 followers, we'll know it ain't real. I click it, 34.7 million followers.
Damn.
I'm sorry, 37.3 million followers. I don't want to undersell him. 37 million followers.
That is too legit to quit.
Fucking shit. Yeah, well, you stole the words out of my mouth. Everybody says, Bolin's too legit to quit now. He can't quit because he's too legit. And can't touch this. Can't touch Bolin. Jerry Lawler can't touch Bolin. Bolin's too legit. You got to have him back on your show. And they're just all the MC Hammer jokes. So I'm scared that he's done it by accident. And I'm going, well, I cannot have anybody not believing that MC Hammer's following me. So someone, as a matter of fact, a little Filipino girl about 6 months ago taught me how to screenshot. I had no clue how to do it on my computer, and they say you can do it on your phone. I don't know how to do that either. Someone will have to teach me that one of these days. So
one of these days, I'm going to introduce you to 2008, and you're going to love it.
Yeah, I will. I like it a lot because I sold a lot of shit in 2008. So, I sell a lot of shit now.
We're not talking about 7th Street.
I know. Well, you sold a lot of shit in 2008 on 7th Street, and you weren't very old. So, I think you was illegal now that I think about it.
12.
You make me guilty about what I pitched in on. Well, that little mini skirt and that makeup made you look about 14, so I wouldn't be bragging. So the dogs are just going ape shit on each other right now. The monkeys, we call them monkeys, and they normally quit.
They don't respond to dogs.
So I'm writing MC Hammer and telling him what a thrill this is, what an honor that I've had a lot of wrestling stars follow me. I've had a lot of comedians follow me, not you. But a lot of big name people have followed me. I don't normally get starstruck, but the fact that MC Hammer is following little old Kenny Bolin with 6,000 followers, this is just amazing. Thank you so much. This is truly an honor. So then my next tweet, I bury the Cleveland Cavaliers, talking about how Golden State beat the shit out of them and how bad my son hates LeBron James for leaving the Miami Heat. And of course, I tag every one of them. I called it MC Hammer's Golden State Warriors, like he owns them. So I tag MC Hammer, Golden State, Cleveland, LeBron James, Jerry Lawler. I think I worked into the equation. But I got all these big names tagged in this one fucking statement. And MC Hammer likes it about 18 minutes after I made the post. I wrote him. I said, now you made my day again. You just like one of my posts.
I thought he wished you happy birthday and unfollowed you.
Well, that would suck.
Yeah, Bolin,
You know what? I'd quit doing that if he did that to me, because he would give me a dose of my own medicine. But that's why I screenshotted it, because I was scared he did it by accident. And then when I wrote him and thanked him, I'm going, I didn't follow you, you cocksucker. And then he would unfollow me, and I'd have no proof of it. So I screenshot him, and I sent it. I put it all over Twitter, making sure everybody saw it. And I was going, well, he can say he ain't following me, but he's lying, because I got a screenshot right here that says otherwise. So it turns out it apparently wasn't an accident, because he liked me burying LeBron James in Cleveland. And so now I'm making a big deal that MC Hammer follows me, almost a bigger deal than being verified and a WWE Hall of Fame mentionee. This may eclipse both of those things. And then, of course, my picture of me as Kingpin Bolin, the king of podcasts, comes out the same day. And I didn't like how they made it, so I made them redo it and put me in a purple suit that I used to wear. And you talk about a pretentious cocksucker that won't take the artwork somebody does for free and says, nope, do it again. So I did, and they did it again. So I had the white version, and I had the purple version, and I said, Kingpin Bolin's home and road uniforms. Then when I'm home, I wear the white, and when I'm on the road, I wear the purple. Well, you got to be a sports fan to get that one, so... I hope the audience is laughing harder than goddamn Jason is all I care. He ain't laughing much. I hate it when I'm so intellectually more advanced over my host that he just doesn't get me. He just doesn't get me.
Jason, did you graduate elementary school?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's advanced.
You know what's long and you know what was long and hard on Jason?
4th grade.
3rd grade.
3rd grade.
I thought you were going to talk about my uncle.
So we put in 1 hour, 33 minutes, 52 seconds. I think we need to come up with an end of this show. One final question, Jason.
Well, I was going to
You
say...
didn't ask any questions. This is not the Q&A.
It's been a real
We woke the man up in the middle of the night.
It is
1:10 a.m. He's like, I want to go the fuck to sleep. His wife is about to leave him because he won't go to bed.
It has really burdened me to no end that you answered the phone when we called, and I'm not happy about it. We were just trying to prank call you. We just wanted to leave you a simple 3-minute message, but you answered the phone, and an hour and 35 minutes later, here we are. After I already gave you 3 hours the night before.
My wife's
It ain't like I ain't got shit to do.
Every night this weekend, you've been up really late talking to that guy, Kenny.
Yep. Oh, is that what the wife says?
There's something you want to tell me, Jason.
Well, tell her if she could arouse you the way I do, you might be in the bedroom.
That's going to save the marriage right there.
That should do it.
I'm sure she's coming for advice.
That should do it. Kenny, what are you doing? Well, I'm just blowing him. What are you doing? I ain't blowing him. Well, there you go. Marriage problem solved. Kenny the Counselor. New title. Fuck this king shit that Star Maker said. King of podcasts. Kenny the Counselor. That could be a new show. Just call me and get some advice. Well, what do I got to do to save my marriage? Blow your husband. Next caller. See how easy that was.
Oh, God. And this is why you're
But Kenny, I got false teeth. Even better. Oh, shit. I should be arrested for talking like this in front of my own 19-year-old daughter-in-law.
Cow.
He's always got a big smile.
He's in the perfect position. Hang on just a second.
We're going to try and get Cow to speak real quick. We're going to say please.
Say please. Say please. Please.
There you
Good boy.
Choky, please. Choky has another please. Please. Please.
Please is trying to take it out of your hands.
There we go. Basically, their please is she snaps her head back and goes like that. That's her please. She taught herself that. And Cowco's goes, So that's his normal please. And, of course, neither of them were doing it.
He has never done it in front of a microphone. We've tried for months
Yeah, we
now.
have tried it, but we never have snacks. We try to make them feel stupid and not offer them snacks, and they won't do it because, well, you ain't got no snacks, so you ain't get no trick. They're not goddamn performance monkeys that don't get paid. They get paid. And,
this isn't TNA.
You see the little kiss? See if you can get it.
I don't take kisses from dogs.
You take a lot more than that from dogs, from what I've seen.
Look at this. You see what that is? That's white. I don't take that.
We'll do the black part.
No, I'm saying he's biracial. It's not enough.
Well, he's just like the husband you married. He ain't got no balls. I guess that's a good place
Poor
to end the
Tuco.
show. Talking about my ballless son, I think that's a good time to get out of the show. But one more thing before I go. I was watching The Price is Right, and I'll be goddamn if they didn't call Jesus to come on down. Turned out they pronounced it Jesus, but it was spelled Jesus. And with that,
What's his name? Jimenez?
Jimenez, Jesus, and Jorge, which is spelled Josie. So I don't know about that.
Jorge.
Jose is
Jose
Josie.
is Josie.
Jose's Josie, and you never see the Pussycats with Jose though. They're never
No,
with him.
it's not
They're
spelled the same
never
way.
With him, so.
No.
I don't know. When I'm sleepy, I want to go
All
to
right.
bed.
This was absolutely great. This was so
Yeah, it
good.
was a
And I've
fun
done a
time.
few of these podcasts. I've done a few of these podcasts
I
with
keep
him.
acting like the
Never
fans
have I
are-
laughed so hard that I almost blacked out.
You almost
Seriously,
blacked out. I was hoping
everything
you would.
went
That would have
black,
been good. That'd
and
been good
I
for the
almost fell
ratings.
off the ottoman.
It-
And this
I-
rarely happens.
I really wished he had it because if he'd fallen off and blacked out, this would have been a lot better show.
The last time this happened was with Dave Wills at Old Charlie's, and
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
'Cause he
All of
spoke
the
real
waiters
Southern.
and waitresses had to come over and make sure that I was okay.
Well,
They
couldn't
offered to
we couldn't
to
understand
call
a
me an
word he was
ambulance.
singing, and he was speaking the same language as the rest of us, just in quite a different way. And we couldn't understand what he said. But
Well, we could understand him, but
we
the
basically
waiter couldn't.
we tried to punk and bully about 15 different people, including Brian Last, to come on the air and just do a random show with us because we just felt like testing out the new mics. But you were the only one stupid enough to pick up your phone. So hopefully this will teach you a lesson in the future, not to answer your phone after 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. I think we've taught everyone here a valuable lesson. You're an idiot. I said good day.
Well, folks, I guess that concludes the accidental episode that I thought was going to be a very short time on Facebook Live.
Quit your bitching and sign off.
I'm
if you
sorry,
wanna-
Jason.
If you want to hear more,
got it.
make sure you subscribe. There's going to be a full
Trust
episode
me,
next
they don't.
Monday.
People that were subscribed to be unsubscribing after hearing this.
That might be true.
Hour and 42 minutes of talking about shit. Unfucking. God damn.
I said good day.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review.
That's good. That's good.
I would
Now
thank
try
you
to
for
say
coming.
Tadios with me.
Tadios, amigos. See, I can do it. I can do your language or mine. Tadios, amigos.
I would thank you for coming on the show, but I don't really know how this works since I didn't really invite you.
We did everything but come on your show. Be glad you came. I was getting pretty excited over here. Just found out you were whiter than me. That kind of shit. The fantasy's over, buddy. The fantasy's over. He's still recording. Thank you for coming on the show.
This
You
is-
might have. I didn't.
This is the lights out portion of We Don't Have Cookies.
The lights out. The lights out segment. You can stay or leave.
I don't think you've done that since the Who's Slamming Who days, have you?
I don't think I have. We did some lights out segments, but no, I haven't done them since then, have I?
No.
We're going to bring that back to the bowling alley. The new and improved and better and badder and better microphones, better mixers. But compared to the old way, do these really sound? To me, they sound dramatically better when I've gone back and listened to some old shows at the old home. These really sound a lot better to me.
Yeah, I like it. And I can tell you're a pretty good distance away from your mic, too, and it's picking you up just fine.
Right here is about maybe about a foot away, give or take. Maya's about a foot away right there. So give him one last test.
That's not a foot. That's not a full foot. As somebody who has a foot around her mouth all the time.
Yeah, trust me. That's
this is not a
that's
full
as close
foot.
to a foot as you're ever going to get.
It's about 7.2 inches.
So good. Lied too severely. That's about 14 and a half inches right there if I ever saw
God damn, I've been a lucky woman then.
it. You lucky
No,
bitch.
no clue.
Good thing you're taking it that big mouth of yours. Otherwise, you might be walking crooked. You're walking crooked. Are you recording the lights out segment?
Yeah, I never hit stop yet.
Add this to the lights out segment.
What the
I
hell?
guess. Do I get paid more money for barging in on your sleep?
I'm gonna add an extra 0 to what I'm sending to you.
And you already got a great picture of two guys because he's trying to get one last more mugshot in here. Well, let's put it this way. This was any other show, I'd probably get about a $750 check. But if you can't buy a goddamn $29 webcam, I guess I'm fucked.
I told you, I'm going to add an extra 0 to your check. It's just going to be to the right of the decimal.
Another 0. There'll be 3 zeros instead of 2. Maybe 4. You might do 4 zeros. That would look good. 0, 0, 0, 0. That would look good.
Mm-hmm.
It's
more than you'll ever get out of me.
It's I don't want to get anything out of you. I already got your hair out of my tub. Oh, he's drooling.
Oh, God damn it, 2Cal.
Yeah, you turned him on.
I'm not that hot.
Yeah, I've been telling him that for 2 years now. So sexually abused.
He's my little baby.
He's your.
That's okay. That's why I took your balls.
He's your boyfriend. All right. Well, tell the wife I'm sorry.
No problem. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for barging in. 2 hours of sleep I'm going to get tonight. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
Tell
Same
your
to you.
daughter. All right.
Darn.
Well, we keep threatening to leave and we ain't doing it. So.
Yeah, his wife's packing her bag, so we better go.
Yeah, well, I might be doing him a favor. I ain't seen her either.
You don't want to.
Oh, yes. You might not want to hear this show either.
We'll put it this way.
Somebody be packed. So we'll be coming up there, and you might not be nowhere to be found. She'll be grilling them hot dogs and hamburgers. All righty. We're going to do you some mercy, and I'm going to end this thing myself. Maya, on the count of 3. 1, 2.